Hello and welcome to Coffee with Maxwell. So, what is this channel all about? Well, my name is Maxwell and I love to talk about coffee. And in essence, that's really what the channel's about. But let me tell you a little bit more about me and what drives me in coffee. Now, it was 2007 that I went from having no interest whatsoever to being fascinated by coffee, realizing that not only was it much more complex than I realized, but also the potential that it had to be, the opportunity to explore coffee and push things forward. That excited me. And I've been following my curiosity and hopefully contributing to the world of coffee ever since. In 2009, myself and my wife Leslie opened Colonel & Smalls in Bath in the southwest of England. Now we describe this as a destination coffee shop. What's that, you may be asking? Well, it was recognizing that although cafes are amazing and really important, they're also a really challenging place to serve exceptional coffee and get customers talking and engaged in a conversation about great coffee. So we said, well, let's change things. Let's create a temple to coffee, an unapologetic coffee shop that just wants to serve great coffee and do nothing else. And it was around this time we also got interested in barista competitions. I took part in the UK Barista Championships between 2011 and 2015. I won the championships in 2012, 2014 and 15. And I was able to get through to 3 world finals. I was never able to take home the grand prize, but actually the most valuable and important part of those competitions was the network effect. It was getting to meet other people around the world who are asking similar questions, who are also passionate about coffee. I really love working with other people, chucking ideas around, learning from their thought process and their skills, but also particularly bringing people in from other industries, not coffee, who can help us in coffee answer some of those really difficult questions that we've had on our mind for quite some time. And that's how the academic collaboration started in 2013. I basically had a coffee that tasted really bad in the coffee shop and shouldn't have. And there was a chemist that would come in the shop and I just asked him about the water. I said, well, this is the way we measure it. What does this tell us? Turns out it doesn't tell you a lot. And this spiraled quickly into research into water. We published a paper and then we wrote a book called Water for Coffee, which we were surprised at how successful that book was and how it sold around the world. A lot of people were interested in this problem. And quickly this moved on to looking at other problems in coffee. We published a paper on how the temperature of the roasted coffee bean affects the grind and in turn the flavour. We also looked at whether latte art can trick people into thinking coffee is better than it is with sensory science research. And this research continues and this innovation continues. I truly believe there's never been a more exciting time to be in coffee. I think if you spent a whole lifetime exploring coffee, you never would be able to. And this isn't just because it's so complex and it's so vast. It's because it's always changing, it's evolving. And with this channel, I hope to not only share my experiences to date, hopefully I can share some tips and learnings that will make your coffee taste better. But in particular, I would like to ask new questions. I would like to share ideas and move the conversation forward. One of my favourite podcasts is Akimbo by Seth Godin. And recently when I was driving to the roastery listening to that podcast, he said, remember, you can only have an impact on an industry or a field if you publish. So this is me publishing. Now, I work in coffee. I've founded businesses, I co-own them and I run them. So I am conflicted. So if I'm talking about a topic on this channel, which I'm conflicted on, for example, wholesale coffee pricing in the UK market, I will disclose my conflicts at the beginning of the episode and you'll be able to consider that as you listen to my opinions. But the reason I started the Patreon to support this channel was to keep this channel as independent as possible. Really, this channel is about asking those questions, those whys and those hows. And I believe innovation always comes from those kind of questions. It's about challenging the way things have been done, not for the sake of it. And, potentially you will ruffle a few feathers. People become attached to their previous ideas, the way they're doing things. I don't mind ruffling those feathers, not because I have any interest in upsetting people, but because I want to push the conversation forward. In fact, some of these episodes might get a little ranty, so you have been warned. One of the things I love about coffee is the people I meet. Now, interesting fields and topics are like magnets. They attract interesting people. Coffee is interesting. It attracts really interesting people. And I hope that some of those can come onto this channel as guests. Now, they might be from within coffee, they might be from a tangential field or industry, or you might struggle to see the link. But ultimately, for me, creativity and curiosity are the same in all fields. It's about asking those questions, those hows and those whys. And if you like what I'm doing, please like, subscribe and share this channel.